We're recording. Good
Oh,
morning.
good morning, Allie. Afternoon, evening. I feel like this is our opening every time because we were talking about getting what is it, a jingle or something like
Some
that to
music.
introduce our podcast.
Yeah,
But every time we're just like surprised we're recording. It's like, oh
that's perfect. And I will tell you again, it's funny because I thought for sure I was going to be able to sleep through up until, 5:30. But no, I'm on such a wake up at 3:30 that my grandkids, they're still asleep. So Nava, my little daughter, she like peed the bed at exactly 3:30. So I'm like laying there and I was like, why is it wet? And the universe was like, get up, do your meditation, wash your sheets later on today.
oh, you thought she was leaving at 5:30 today.
Yeah,
Here's a
thought I was going to get to sleep
more
in. It's like,
than
nope.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So now I have laundry to do today.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I need
Mhm.
to bring Ash over to you because she was up pretty much all night, and since you're up pretty much all night,
Yeah,
we got a match.
we could hang out,
Yeah,
chit
yeah.
chat.
I'm not that. I'm not a match. But even she, because we're 2 hours later than you,
Oh,
even she
okay.
wakes up later than you.
Man, I know. I usually go to bed around 7:30 and the babies, I let them stay up until like 10, which is way past my bedtime. So I'm just like, I'll just sleep in. It's like, nope. So I will be going to bed like around 5 p.m. today to catch up. Catch up on my sleep.
Oh gosh! And New Year's Eve is tomorrow, so you need
It
to be
is.
right tomorrow for New Year's Eve. Are you doing anything?
Nope. Going to bed at about, I might splurge a little, maybe 8:39. That's it. Those are my New Year's, like my New Year's rituals. In bed early. In bed early.
Do you do anything else for New Year's Eve, like a kind of a ritual or tradition?
No.
No.
Nope. That's it. What about you?
Um, I usually pull cards.
Oh,
On,
okay.
I'll
Oh,
either
that's
do
actually a
a
good idea.
card for every month, or I'll just do the Celtic cross.
Right.
Just figure out what the themes of the year are, or something like that. But other than that, no, no real
Nice.
thing I do.
Oh, we should start by saying you are watching SheKings. And this is our sixth episode. And this is a podcast for peasants who do not want to live shitty lives. So welcome. And now back
Welcome.
to our chit chat. I actually am going to do my year, like my personal year, to see what year I'm coming into,
Oh yes,
to kind of
yes,
see what kind of energy to support, play off of, or avoid.
yeah. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I think I'm coming into an 8.
An 8.
Yeah,
Ooh, yours is
yeah.
all about money.
Money, money, money management.
Nice. I
I'm
love
all,
that.
all about it. It's definitely the culmination of a lot of stuff I've been doing. So yes, money rain down upon me.
Let's do this. So, speaking of New Year's, today's episode, we're going to be talking about setting goals and magic, putting magic behind it. So, are you a goal setter? Like New Year's resolution, goals to work towards, focusing on?
Allie, no, I'm gonna get honest. I haven't really set a goal in years, but Allie, and so Allie and I are good friends, and so we've been in this game for a long time. Do you remember? I had like a 3-year period where I was like, I have no goals. Like, I would just cry to you every time. I'm like, I'm goalless. I have no goals. I'm just like walking around, walking through life without goals. No, I don't set goals, and the universe hasn't been giving me any goals for honestly quite a few years. Um, but I do feel that there is an energy of movement going on where I
Oh,
felt
yeah.
like I was sort of a seed planted for a few years there. I do feel like the universe, starting in like halfway through 2016 and definitely in 2017, um, 2018, it has been like movement, like let's go. And slowly but surely, so I feel like it's really going to pick up speed in 2019. So I'm not sure,
Yeah.
yeah, what goals I have, but the universe has some goals for me, and I am going to figure that out.
Not
What
ignore
about,
it.
are you a goal setter?
I am. I love setting goals, but I do mine a little different than the normal. And I teach workshops around this. I actually have my the art of goal setting coming up on January 6th for you peeps who are in Denver. So my goals are I really get focused on ideas. So I'm toying with the idea of opening a second studio. I'm toying with ideas of putting together this planner. So I have like ideas that I want to do. And so I'll sit down with them and then really write them down, just get into it. So I have to mix both the thought and the feeling together
Hmm.
when I do my goals.
So wait a
So,
minute. Before you jump into it, what do
yes.
people usually do? What do you think they usually do in terms of goal setting?
I think they get excited about an idea and then they write it down
Hmm.
and then they work towards it, like
Hmm.
work towards it, like physically work towards it.
Right.
And then when it doesn't happen, when they don't reach the goal or they don't feel any shift, then they just say, forget it. I'm not going to do it anymore. So it
Uh,
kind of tapers off.
okay. And
Yeah.
what's the difference between what you do and what they do?
So I write down the idea,
Uh-huh.
but when I write down the idea, I attach like how will I feel when it happens. So mine is all about feelings.
Okay.
And then so I go off of the feeling because when people write down a goal, they get kind of locked into what it's going to look like because they have it in their head. This is what my goal is going to look like. And even the time, like it's going to happen this way, by this time, but they don't get locked into the feeling. And the
Yeah.
feeling is one of the most important things of anything because it's magnetic.
Yep.
So electromagnetic, right? Everything has an electromagnetic field. So your thought about a goal, right? So I'm thinking a thought about a goal, I put it out there. The thoughts that we have are electric. So electric means that it sends out from you, right?
Yeah.
And feelings are magnetic. So the feelings draw it towards you, and that
Okay.
creates your electromagnetic field.
Okay.
And so lots of people forget the magnetic part of it and they just do the electric. And you can't have an electromagnetic field, obviously, without the magnetic.
Yeah.
So the feeling is magnetic. So I focus on the feeling, right? So I have my goal, and I work through my own little process. And then how am I going to feel when it's happening, right? So I'm going to feel empowered. I'm going to feel happy. I'm going to feel abundance, all of these things. So those are the feelings that I start to feel in
Hmm.
this moment, like in this moment, as if I already have it. And so feeling that way pulls the experience to me, right? I'm not out there working towards it. Like I'm not busting my butt working to actually make it happen. It's already there, right? So we go back to quantum physics, like it's already out there. And so you're just pulling it towards you. And then when you pull it towards you, things start to line up for you to have that experience. And I let go of time when it should look like, or when it should appear or manifest. I let go of time because the universe doesn't understand time. And I just basically go off of the feeling of it. And I just get excited about it. Um, yeah, so that's how I do my goals.
So when you are going off of the feeling of it, are you thinking specifically about that goal and then letting those feelings arise, or do you let the thought of that specific goal go at some point?
I let it go at some point
Okay.
because then I start to notice. So let's say it's that I want to feel empowered, right? Because I would feel empowered being a Black business owner and opening a second studio. So I'd
Mhm.
feel empowered. So then I notice things around me that match that frequency that I feel empowered from. So then I just keep adding to it. So it may not have nothing to do with the second studio, but it has something to do with, I don't know, another experience.
It's another, like maybe you're speaking or you doing something
Yeah.
those
Right.
more
Or somebody asks me, yeah, somebody asks me to do a talk or whatever it is. So then I just focus on that. And I just keep adding to the frequency of empowered. And I'll look at my goals either every day or every other day, sometimes once a week.
uh-huh,
If I feel like my feelings kind of dwindling down, I'll
uh-huh.
tap back into it. Yeah. And then just keep adding to it and adding to it to just because you want to build up that electromagnetic field. And the
It's
stronger that field is, then the faster things align up. Yeah.
it's so good because I feel like it really acknowledges that spiritual truth that all we have is right this moment. All
Yeah.
we have is now.
Yeah.
All we have is now. And what arises in now is essentially what you've invited in through that
Yeah.
electromagnetic field. And so if you're sitting in feeling awesome, right, then
Mm-hmm.
I guess you're automatically, you don't even have to notice feeling empowered or notice feeling awesome because it is just coming to you. And
Right.
so it won't just be that one big thing that you're looking for. It's just going to be a ton of stuff. Like you're just going to feel good all the time. You're going to feel in that flow all the time. What about when you don't feel in that flow? I feel like that really scares people when
Yes.
you're trying to bring in something and you understand, maybe they don't understand in the terms that you've used, the electromagnetic field and the
Mhm.
electricity of the thinking and the magnetism of the feeling. But they do understand maybe law of attraction.
Wah, wah. That's a
or
totally another show.
that's another show. Or some idea like that, and so they get into this thinking or this fear, like I don't feel good right now, so what am I bringing to me? What is my electromagnetic field bringing
Yeah.
my life?
Um, Real quick, your voice is getting quieter. So if you want to
Oh,
scoot towards your microphone or your computer.
hello. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Perfect. Is
Okay.
this thing on? What I do, because I do, like this morning, I really didn't feel like doing my meditation at all. I'm telling you, music for me is just, oh, I'll listen to some music. Like my favorite music right now, it's Happier by Marshmello.
Okay.
It's so good.
Heard that. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I love that song. And so I'll listen to it and it just instantly shifts me. And then, so whatever it does, and right now I'm into spinning classes.
Yep.
And so I'll go to a spinning class and the music's loud and then I'll start to think about, no, I'm feeling it. And I'll not necessarily think of my goal, but I'll just think of the awesomeness, like how awesome I'm feeling, which matches how I'm going to feel when everything is aligned. So it's having that discipline to be like, no, tap in, do something different. Don't, because it is so easy to go back to the old programming to just be like, who cares? But Dr. Joe Dispenza, I like how he words it. It's choose an elevated emotion. Like you have to choose an elevated emotion. So if you're like, if you feel fine, right? So you need to feel an elevated emotion. So I feel so good. I feel wonderful. And then I feel amazing. And just keep doing the elevated emotion because that's what shifts you.
Mm.
That's what changes the electromagnetic fields to amp it up, to vibrate faster than a lower emotion, a lower frequency. Yeah.
So you essentially shift your state. You're like, okay, I see where I am, and I know that an elevated emotion is available to me, and
Yep.
I get to choose. And so I'm going to choose something different. That can be hard for people, especially if you've been in sort of a less elevated state for a little while. Do you have some? Well, I can say I love gratitude practices, and I almost want to throw myself off a cliff for saying it just because. And I feel like it's a part of the reason why we do the show. Things become such buzzwords, and everybody thinks they know about a lot of the things that we'll talk about, but you don't fucking, here, I'm looking at the can. You don't know because you don't do it, right?
Right.
You
Yeah.
you couldn't possibly know because otherwise you would be doing the things and you're not doing the things, right? Um, so I love gratitude practices for lifting your energy. And I think that it's something that you can do from pretty much any state. Maybe if you're like super level one, super woe is me, super victim, it may be a little bit difficult. But gratitude practices when you really feel the feelings and you start with simple things and not just, I'm thankful for my computer, I'm thankful for my phone, I'm thankful for my coffee, you know, just throw away. But you think
Right.
about things that really, really, really like let it come to you. Sit in a place and you can look around and like
Yeah.
really feel it, right? Like I'm thankful for this wrap that a friend bought for me, because it
Yeah.
is covering up what I have on under this, which is terrible. Okay, how lucky am I? It's
So how
so
lucky are we? It's beautiful.
exactly. You're welcome. Okay, it's so soft. It's so nice. And then I used it. I was traveling with Asha, with my little girl from the island to the States, and we didn't have any warm things for her. And so this wrap became a nice
Nice.
blanket cover.
Yeah.
And like, I am so thankful for these things because we don't have warm stuff. We don't have stuff for warm stuff for cold weather. And so
Yeah.
this thing was absolutely amazing. And I really, really, really feel good about that. And I mean it, you know? And
Yes.
so I feel like a gratitude practice, really letting it come to you, really finding things that make you feel really, really freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And they're all around you. We just aren't aware of it because we are so deep into our negative space.
Absolutely. There's everything's starting to blur out. uh, I'm great. I'm so grateful for my glasses.
Praise the Lord. You're like, I can see clearly.
A couple of other things that shift you instantly. So any type of inversion, right, for yoga. So putting your head below your heart dumps antidepressants into your body instantly. Smells. Oh my gosh. I have diffusers around the house and I'll add, there's this one scent that I love. It's like a wood. It's an orange wood. Oh, it just makes me so happy. Like I have goosebumps just thinking of it. And so smell. So orange, the scent orange or any type of citrus triggers dopamine
Uh-huh.
in the brain, dumps it in the body. So that's your happy drug. That's your happy chemical in the body. Touch. Oh my gosh. So I do workshops for the tantrikas next door. So tantra, and just touch, like touching your arms, like
Yeah.
just up your arms, creates dopamine and serotonin when it's a hard touch, right? So you're squeezing, grounding touch brings in the serotonin. So I mean, there's so much that you can do for yourself just to kind of to pull you out of it. Sound is everything, not just music, but your voice. So when you breathe, like a type of breath. So inhaling in through your mouth, out your mouth, but sighing. So, so when you make a sound, it triggers your body to calm down, right? To feel good. Yeah. So I'll go through all of those. And if I'm just like, okay, I'm here, right?
Yeah.
And then I do one and then now I'm here. It's like, nope, I'll do another one. Now I'm here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then now I'm here. Yeah.
I
So
love that. And I'm gonna add one more to that. And this is pretty much where I am. I don't really work too much on trying to shift my state anymore. I'm just kind of like
this is my grandson, JJ. Can you say
I was
hi?
like, there's a little
I don't know why he's up so early.
little stuffed animal that is like floating across the screen. It was so cute. I can't say it. I will remember that for the rest of my life.
Uh,
Um, but I don't do much to shift my state anymore. I
mhm.
tend to just stay in a place of observer, right? So
Right.
I feel, I may feel the sensation of sadness or frustration or whatever it is. I may feel it arise in my body. And my only concern is when I give my attention to it
Mhm.
as something that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I'm just like, I mean, that's just a feeling, it's just an emotion, and I'm able to continue on with the rest of my day. Or I
Yeah.
call you and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
And that's another great thing is to contact a friend, a buddy,
All
to be
right,
like, listen,
right.
I'm not
Exactly.
feeling it right now.
And it's not necessarily, not even not necessarily, it's definitely not about complaining, right?
Yeah,
That you don't
for
want
sure.
that to be what it's about. And I really appreciate you. So some gratitude that
Mhm.
we don't really get into that space with each other. It's all
No.
about like, this is what's going on. And, what do I do?
Yeah.
Or how do I shift?
And
And, we're very energy oriented.
yeah. And I love it because this is how SheKings got started, is because you were in that space and I was in that space and we were both just like, I don't know
Right.
what. And then we were talking, and then before you know it, we're just like, no, let's do this. Let's get up. Let's do this. We're recording the first one like tomorrow. So
Tomorrow.
no more. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a
One more.
great idea for if you have goals for the year, to have somebody to just bounce them off of, but not to focus on the goals themselves, but just like how you feel, like how are you feeling, because we really, I mean, we talk about some of the goals and our focuses, but it's mostly like how we feel, and then
Yeah.
just have someone to check in with. Yeah, for
And
sure.
I think another thing is to just make sure that you enjoy your goals,
Yes. Yeah,
whatever
don't
it
make
is.
shitty goals.
Don't do goals. Like honestly, because if you don't want to be a peasant who lives a shitty life, like start off by not setting goals to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
I, as a coach, I have so many people who come to me and I'm like, you don't even want to do that. You don't want to get better at your job. You want to leave your job. You don't want to lose weight. You want to feel better. You don't want to, and so they start off with the wrong goal. So can you talk a little bit about that, Allie? Like how do you get to the right goal?
Yeah. If it doesn't if it doesn't bring you joy, just thinking of it, like if it makes you cringe, if you already feel resistance with the thought of it, then don't do it, because you're going to be fighting against something. And then ask yourself, why do I want this? Why do I want this goal? And then sit with it and write it down. This is why I want it, right? And if it has anything to do with anybody else, then you're coming at it the wrong way, right? Because the goal isn't for you, it's for somebody else. And that will never work.
Yep.
And it won't be sustaining. Even if it does work for a little bit, it'll start to shift because it's not for you. So sit with it, give yourself like, no, this is why I want to do this. And then how will you feel? Like, how will you feel when this has already made manifest, right? How will you feel? And if you can't tap into an elevated emotion, and if it's just like, I'd feel okay, then then switch out a goal. And so if you can't think of a goal, and I'm not saying that you have to have goals, go like, how do I want to feel 2019? Like, what is my main emotion that I want to feel more of? And if it's like peace or surrender or joyful or happiness, focus on that. And then find that within your day. Okay, how can I cultivate joy in my day? How can I notice joy in my day? And that's perfect too, because the great thing about the universe is you may have a goal in mind and you may think this is what it's going to look like. And then you focus on the feeling. The universe will send you that exact thing or something totally different or something that is just way beyond what you ever had in mind. So it's just letting go of that and just focusing on this is how I want to feel for 2019 and stick with that, because the feelings are magnetic. They're everything.
So
Yeah.
let's go ahead. So that's going to be the homework for this week. So let's just go ahead and put that out right now, even though we may talk a little bit more. And what we'll do is we'll actually drop a worksheet again in the notes below. So whether you're on iTunes or you're on YouTube, we'll have something down below for you guys to open up and put in your goals. And so essentially what the homework will be is you'll have one column where you can list your like actual physical goals. The next
Mm.
column will be the feeling that you think you'll get from that. And then the third column will be allow you to reevaluate, right? Once you know like what you're actually trying to achieve, which is the feeling,
Yeah.
you can say, you can go back and in that third column and say, do I really want to feel that way via that goal? Or
Yeah.
do I want to have it be a different goal to bring that in? And so that'll help just set some energy for your year. But your focus, like Ali said, is always going to be on that center line. And for those of you who are not quite sure what your outer goal is, um, then start with the center line and just start to write down some things that you want to feel and then
Yeah.
go on to that third column and see if you can come up with some things that you can do on a daily basis or maybe some outside goal that you can think of that would support the feeling from the center column. So we'll make sure we have that for you in the notes.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah.
And I will just like to put in a little plug that I am finishing up creating a daily planner, and
Yes.
it's called the Chaos Planner.
Yes.
And it's along the same lines, and it literally walks you through the whole year, the overall year, month, week, and day to put energy into the electromagnetic field, which is what you are creating your life around. So I won't give up too much because it's going to be ready to go. So stay tuned for that.
Well, you do have to talk to us. So there's a little bit more that we promised in
Mm,
this. And so we said we would talk about magic.
yes,
And I'm
absolutely.
super excited about that. Was our last call. Allie was like, calm
Yes.
down. No, I will not calm down. Magic,
Um,
talk to us.
Magic. So I'm really into sigils. So sigils is basically a symbol that is created for one purpose and for manifestation. And it's sigil is a lucky sock, right? A lucky coin. It's something that you have that you put your energy into it. So when you think of, okay, this is what I want for the year, this is how I want to feel, you can pick an object or you can design an object to put all of that energy into it. And then for sigils, you stare at it. So you just stare at it until the lines begin to move, or you have like three or four, the vision that makes it split, and then it comes back to one. So if you have like a lucky coin, you put all of your intention into that coin of this is how I want to be and experience this year. And then just stare at it, and you'll notice that the coin will either move, not physically move, but in your head. And who knows, it may physically move. I'm not going to take that away.
Mhm.
And then when it comes back to being a solid piece, then you know it's been charged. And people say, just do it one time, because if you do it more than one time, then you're not trusting the universe, right? No, do it every single day, because again, we're going back to science, the electromagnetic field. You want to keep adding energy to that field so that field pushes out from you stronger and stronger and stronger. So absolutely every day. And it can take like whatever 5 seconds, however long you want it to take, but as long as you're feeling it, like this is how I feel when I infuse it with this energy. This is how I feel when I look at it and recall my feelings, my goals, the year. So it's all about feelings, and then just have that symbol represent absolutely everything that you want to experience, that you want to complete, how you want to feel. And it is literally magic. So it's a morphic field, everything has it, and you're just adding to that morphic field of your goal, your manifestation. And you're doing it every single day. And we do it every single day. We just don't know it, right? So if you look at
We do it every
McDonald's,
single day. We just
every
don't
day.
know it. I love
Yeah.
that. Absolutely.
And so now it's saying, okay, now I know what I do. And so now I'm going to make it very purposeful. So think of McDonald's golden arches. It's a sigil, right? They put so much energy of desire, even the colors, orange and red triggers the hunger uh, part in your brain. And so there's sigils all around us, like everywhere. And so starting to create your own yeah, is magic.
So what you're suggesting that people do is to maybe find some sort of representation. So it could be a physical representation, like a coin or a teddy
Mhm.
bear or whatever it is that you're into,
Yeah.
and to use that thing as a focus point
Yep. Yep.
for whatever it is you want to manifest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then just put your thoughts, your energy, your feelings into it. When you think of the you who is having that experience, right? The you that is already involved in, for me, owning a second studio, right? What would that feel like? How would she walk? How would she carry herself? How would she interact with people? And so you just put all of that in there, and it's just feelings, right? Thoughts and feelings, and you're charging it that way.
Yep.
um yeah, and so I mean, everybody has their own ritual, daily ritual, so just start making it more meaningful and focus on, okay, this is my ritual, this is the energy that I'm putting out there, that I'm adding to this electromagnetic field that will literally draw towards me this thing that I want. So if you think about it, we have sigils around being a victim.
Oh yeah.
um yeah.
Absolutely.
And so we add it to that, right? We notice every little thing that people are doing around us that supports that feeling of victim. And so let's say an alleyway will be the sigil, right?
Yeah.
And a place that doesn't feel safe is a sigil, and it's pulled towards us. We go down it. Something happens to match that victim frequency. Sigils are absolutely everywhere. You put your energy into everything. You put a story into everything, and then before you know it, it's drawing itself to you, and then you have an experience. So this way is just doing it so mindful, just being a part of it. Not letting everything just happen by default. You're literally being a part of the manifestation of what's
So
happening for 2019.
I love that, alley, because when I look at a lot of the fear that people have around not feeling good all the time, I
Mm-hmm.
love that this approach says I'm going to take a period of time each day, whether it's a few seconds or a few minutes or whatever it is, and I'm just going to increase the morphic field. I am
Yeah.
going to charge that electromagnetic field, and so then you can walk away and forget it, right? And so you're not so worried about your ups and your downs all day. It's kind of like, hey, I did my thing, and you know that's just going to grow the good energy every
Yeah.
day, every day, every day, even if you're not focused. So rather than focusing on not feeling good, you can just
Mhm.
focus on feeling good. So you don't have to
Exactly.
worry about any of the other stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And it's called a walking meditation, where you embody this new person that you want to experience. And that's who she is. That's who you become every single moment of every single day. So a walking meditation is, no, this is who I am. This is how I act. This is how I interact with people. So even though you charge the sigil the first thing in the morning, and you look at it and you feel it and you run it through your body, you're still embodying that way of being all through your day. You're not going back, you're not charging it and then going back to your old way of being, right? So being frustrated, irritated, doubtful, whatever it is. So you charge it and then you embody, this is
Yeah.
what the me would feel like, look like, dress, act, when I'm aligned with my goal, my desire, my want. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's important too. It's just to keep it going all day.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. All right. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else on goals that we should mention?
I think that's it. I think the homework is a great idea for people to start engaging, and yeah, just playing an active role in what their 2019 looks like.
Yeah.
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 I we agree. I love this, Ellie. Thank you
Perfect. Well,
so
thank you. I'm going to actually sit down and do my goals.
Yeah, I'm charged up and ready to go. Sit down and really think
Yes.
about the feelings. I'm going to have to do the worksheet. I'll get that done today so that I can
Okay.
do it myself. And maybe I'll offer a workshop as well for people on St. Martin, or maybe we can do a workshop together online.
Okay.
Let's um, let's
Cool.
think about that. So anyway, definitely on January 6th in
Yes.
Denver.
Denver.
Allie will be doing a workshop called what?
The art of goal setting.
Oh, yes. I love
Yeah.
this. So if
Yeah.
you're in the Denver area, do get over to Urban Sanctuary. Is that where it's going to be?
Yep. And it's posted on the Facebook page. So my Facebook page or Urban Sanctuary's Facebook page and Urban Sanctuary's website has everything on there.
Yes.
And
I
you can
love
buy
it.
your ticket and come on down and learn about some magic.
Oh, this is so awesome. So anyway, we love you guys. Thank you all for listening. We closed out the year starting this new thing, and we are
I
so
know.
fired up for She
I'm
King
excited.
15, right?
Yes.
And so we really hope that you guys will come with us. We hope that you will share this with your friends. And we invite you to please go to iTunes, give us a rating, write a review out. Only if you like us. If you don't like us,
Stop watching.
stop watching for sure, but not before you share with some friends. Just click 5. You don't have to write anything out that would like make you feel bad, but just give us a 5 on iTunes. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be a peasant. Living a shitty life, okay? Don't do that. Don't be that person.
I love
But
it.
seriously, people, please rate and review us on iTunes. That will help us so very much, and share it with your friends. We love you guys. Thank you for all of the comments we've received. Thank you for all of the love and support.
Yes.
And
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So excited.
Yes. So
All
you
right.
have been listening to SheKings for peasants who don't want to live shitty lives. We love you guys.
Bye.
Mm.